Alright, so we got three expressions. I'm going to start with this one. So what we have to do here is simplify all of these. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this last one first. So our expression is the square root of 81 x squared plus 81. So in order to tackle this, we have to first factor. So in order to factor, we need to see what these two terms have in common. And what do they have in common? The 81. So we can factor out an 81 from these two terms. So we go ahead and write down the square root of 81 parentheses what times 81 is going to give us 81x squared. X squared, right? So x squared, just like that. So 81 times x squared is 81x squared plus 1. Why? Because 81 times 1 gives us 81, right? So this is how we factor. We factored out an 81 from the expression. So, and we got 81 times x squared plus 1. So 81 times x squared, again, gives us 81x squared. And 81 times 1 gives us 81. So that's what it gives us. So, and now we can go ahead and we can take the square root. The square root of 81 and the square root of x squared plus 1. So the square root of 81 and the square root of x squared plus 1 is basically equal to this. Alright? So the square root of 81, we know that to be 9. 9 times the square root of x squared plus 1. And that is about as much as we can do here with real numbers. So 9 times the square root of x squared plus 1. That is how you simplify this expression. So that is going to be our answer. Just like that. Let's move on to this one now. The square root of 81 x squared plus 2. We can start off by factoring 81 and 2, 81x squared and 2. Do they have anything in common? Not really. So we cannot factor and we can't really evaluate. So we're stuck with this. So this is going to be our answer. This is about as simplified as it can get with real numbers. Just like that. That's our answer. The square root of 81x squared plus 2. That's about as much as we can do with that. Now the last one. Yeah, the last one. 81x squared plus 162. Again, we can factor out what they have in common. And what do they have in common? An 81. Again, the square root of 81. What times 81 will give us 81x squared? Nothing but the x squared. Plus, what times 81 will give us 162? I think it's 2, but let's confirm with the calculator. So 162 divided by 81. Oops. Yeah, 2. So 2. That is how you factor it. So 81 times x squared gives us 81x squared. 81 times positive 2 gives us 162. We take the square root of 81 times the square root of x squared plus 2, like that. Obviously, the square root of 81 times the square root of x squared plus 2 is equal to this. Alright? So basically this thing is like this little rule is like, let's take the square root of a times, we don't usually write that, but I'm just gonna do that just to show you. So the square root of a, so the square root of x times the square root of a gives us the square root of xa. So this times this is this, and vice versa, just like this. This times this is this, just like that, right? So the square root of 81 times the square root of x squared plus 2. The square root of 81 is 9. 9. And that is about as much as we can do with the square root of x squared plus 2. Like that. That's our simplified answer with real numbers. Just like that.